Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for 90 Day Fiance Self Quarantine Season 1, Episode 2. I told y'all TLC was tripping, y'all. They had 3 hours of before 90 days and then 1 hour of self quarantine. They also got the, what now one going on. I ain't got time for that. So y'all gonna get this when y'all get this, okay? But first things first, if you have not done so already, because it's 3 a.m., you should have done this already. You should have already subscribed to my channel to become a whole JayBird. JayBird, I am sleepy and all that goodness and stuff. We gonna get this review so I can take my ass to bed. I got a whole meeting tomorrow with work and stuff from home. Let's get it done. Okay? Center yourself. Anyway, let's get started. What else I got to tell y'all? Like, comment, and share. Follow me on IGN or Twitter at J_Lees_ my chip. J_Lees_Corner. Check the description box. So that's all the information you may need. Okay, and let's just I'm tired, y'all. Let's get it through. So we have Molly. Okay, Molly. I don't know what season she's from. I did not watch her season. However, when they had like a recap of each couple at one point in time, they were showing random couples or whatever, like their whole story, and I caught a bit of hers and Luis's. I said, "Oh, he was crazy." Okay, that's different anyway. So she's 44, lives in Georgia, whatever. She's been on lockdown for about 4 weeks with her 9-year-old daughter. She then said because once she can't get her nails done, she done popped off all her nails, and she said out her own mouth that she could not get to the hair salon for her 9-year-old daughter, so they cut all the hair off. Yeah, even though she didn't cut her own hair off, they cut off her daughter's hair because she couldn't get to a hair salon. I said, is her daughter part black and she don't know how to do black hair? I'm just wondering what's the reason you cut your child hair off, but you didn't cut your own hair off. Their hair type seems to be similar. So I'm like, why did you cut all the girl's hair off? I'm just not saying this looks bad. I'm saying this is very much so this short curly suit or whatever, but I still feel like you cut your child hair off after a month, but you didn't cut the girl. Anyway, I was shocked. So again, she was married to Louis. And again, I seen the story when he was there at the house and everything, and she was over it, and she wanted him out, and he would not leave, and he was like locking himself in the room, playing his music really, it was crazy. I'm like, I could not believe I missed this, okay? So I did not see their season, but I seen what transpired once he was here and that was married or whatever. So I'm like, So she says how they have not spoken in years since their divorce, but she did hear that he remarried, and it was supposedly to some girl who lived here in the States, was from the Dominican Republic or whatever, and so she feel like he had that set up already. He knew already he would come here, be with her for a little while or whatever, divorce her, and then get with the new girl. And so it is what it is or whatnot. But again, I had no plan to talk to him ever again in life. Now, she owns the lingerie store, okay? It's lingerie or lingerie as it's really pronounced. And because of the whole package or whatever, her store had to close down. She can't, the lingerie lingerie is not essential, okay? But however, she realized it was a mask shortage. And so because they deal with, lingerie and, fine material, she like, we can use the fabrics, to make masks for people. So that's what they have been doing. And she's been very productive, okay? It's her and one other lady at her store, and they be up there sewing masks, taking orders, and being productive and, sending things to, people who are in need, to essential workers and everything. So I'm like, that was really nice of her, okay? I don't think she's doing it for free. I think she's doing it for a profit, but still, she's still using what she got to help people get what they want, okay? Anyway, So they are still taking, lingerie orders. Okay, you can still order things online. You can still do a virtual, consult on with them via video, whatever. And we do see they like video chatted in one lady who had lost like 100 pounds, and so she did a new bra for her boobs. I am a sports bra lover. Okay, I'm a person where I wear bras in those wire bras. They have your boobs all up in your face. Oh my god, I wore bras for so long that I was like, I don't need my boobs on my face. I don't. So I have been a sports bra wearer for a long time. You keep you some good bras to the side, but on for everyday wear, I'm not wearing no. I don't need nothing holding my boobs up all day. Heavy on my shoulders, boobs all up here, whatever. My boobs already good. Okay, they straight. They chilling. Leave them be. Now her boobs were very saggy, but that's because she had lost so much weight. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing you lose all the weight. Your boobs get really, you get all this loose skin and grandma off topic. Anyway, the lady needs a new bra, and they're gonna help her get a new bra. Okay, and that was really it. You know what I'm saying? She's still around helping her daughter, do homeschooling. You can get her home hair done. You can YouTube how to do her hair without cutting it all off. I'm still upset that she cut that girl hair off. Anyway, she's also dating to talk to some man who thinks out of state or whatever. But because of the whole, you know what I'm saying, the package thing, she can't get to see him that often. But she talking to him, okay? And that's all that we had with Molly. You know what I'm saying? She was emotional, you know what I'm saying, about her store being closed and things change and how hard it is for so many people. But she's making the best out of a bad situation and still helping people in the process, okay? And now next up, I was like, who is this? Why is it a prison? What's going on? Is somebody working in a prison? Is that a prison phone call? We then hear the voice of George. Okay. I also did not look. I did not watch earlier seasons of the show, so no, I did not see George's season. Okay. Now George is from season 3. Okay, of Happy Ever After, and he has been in jail for a year and 8 months for drug possession. Okay, he had 293 pounds of weed on him, and he was arrested and sentenced to grab long. I'm not sure. Anyway, so he reached out to producers to talk about his time in jail doing the package. And I'm like, that's a good thing. He was smart. He was smart, okay? I feel like he probably heard it was rumblings of, them doing, self-quarantine, 90 Fiance stuff. And he was like, hey, I can do it. I don't think he just arbitrarily reached out not knowing what they were doing, okay? Don't act like that. Anyway, he brings up how, he used to be able to work outside. But now because of the whole COVID thing or whatever, they work inside and they always sanitize in the prison, just keeping it all clean, okay? He brings up how, people are still panicked and worried in there because, again, you have new inmates coming in who could possibly have it. You have, of course, the staff who work there, who going out and here, there, and everywhere who could have it. So their people are very panicked and worried, okay? They be trying to keep themselves clean, keep things sanitized, but you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on, okay? He brings up how, being in prison is also hard because he lost his, relationships with people or whatever. So we know that he was married to, and I'm going to probably pronounce her name wrong. Is it Afisa? Infisa? I don't know. It's Anfesa. Y'all know I missed some names. Her name gonna be Afisa today, okay? Anyway, so he has not seen or heard from her since he got locked up, okay? And again, that was over a year. Well, damn it, 2 years ago. And he says about 2 months after he was locked up, she talked to him and broke up with him. 2 months into his sentence, okay? And they were here. They are still currently legally married, okay? Even though he said he found out, through the grapevine that she was dating other people or someone else while he was in prison, and that's her husband. They're married, okay? He brings up how she blocked him from calling, so he couldn't talk to her, and she was basically she left. She left him destitute in the prison. Okay, now again, I don't know what happened between them or whatever, but I mean, if you're gonna leave me, then leave me before I go into prison, so I know what I have to get used to. Okay, now he brings up how I know it's kind of hard and everything, but being here made me stronger. Losing her made me stronger. You know what I'm saying? Me being alone has made me stronger, whatever, and it just showed me her true colors. It did, so it's a good thing. Okay, he said, when I get out, I'm gonna go ahead and file for divorce. 549, maybe free. Anyway, So he brings up how in prison has done him really well. He has worked out a whole bunch. He's lost over 100 pounds. He looks completely different. Okay, I said, oh, okay. I kept hearing about people saying, oh my God, George from 90 Day Fiance looks so different. I didn't know who he was. I didn't care that much. I'm like, oh, he do look different. Okay, he is different around here. Okay, now, look, you see? He's a whole swivel. Me and Rain call cute guys who are, cute and sexy, whatever, swivels. It's a cuteness that you can't understand and you can't comprehend. You're like, oh, that's cute. It's a swivel. Okay, so he's a swivel, if you ask me, and everything. Okay, he like, when I get out, you know what I'm saying, I'm excited because I'm gonna be getting out in about 26 days, and I want to get out, even though I know once I'm out, I'm going to still have to self quarantine and self isolate myself because of the package or whatever. But I still would love to just have my own freedom to do what I want. And eventually, after I get myself together, get to work and get a house, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, then I will, want to start dating stuff. But first, I got to work on me. I said, oh, that's so nice. Okay. Now, as far as I know, George could have been a whole asshole this season. I don't know. But he seemed nice in prison. But you know what? Everybody seemed nice in prison on phones. Okay. That's just what they do and what not. Okay. And then next up we had Matt and his wife Alma. Okay. First of all, the fact that Alma is 34. No, 37. And when they was first talking about her, I was like, oh, they're a nice couple. They both in their 40s. I'm 38. I feel like, she looks a bit older than 37. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. But I was like, oh, maybe, Anyway, so they're from Ohio. No, she's from Russia or somewhere else. I'm not sure. They live in Ohio, okay? And he has been staying in their RV, okay, outside of his office because his wife is like, that's safer, okay? You stay out there. I'll stay in the house. We have to self-quarantine and whatever, and then we can talk later on. Now, he's been living in an RV trailer for 3 weeks, okay? And we didn't find out why, because his wife is 37 weeks pregnant. And again, it was nervous about, him being around her. If she would then get sick, so again, that's why they chose to separately quarantine for a few weeks and everything. Now, he has a car dealership, okay, and because of the whole package thing shutting stuff down, the car dealership had to shut down. However, it's a car dealership slash auto repair shop. So the auto repair shop can stay open because that's considered essential. So again, his mechanics and them is still working or whatever, and so because of him trying to just keep to himself, he goes into work extra early. Okay, extra early. He goes in when no one else is there, and so he's not around anyone else. He does his work and he leaves and goes back to the trailer. Because again, he wants to be able to be around his wife. Okay, now he's like, it's just so hard, not being around her for these past 3 weeks, missing things that's going on, missing her. I want to be able to see my baby grow. This is hard for me because I miss my wife and her belly and stuff. Now, Alma also brings up, she's at home in a lovely house, and she brings up how it's hard, being pregnant and not having my husband around him, saying I miss him as well. So, it's like, 3 weeks later, and he calls his wife like, I want to see if she will allow me to come back home because it's when she feels comfortable for me to come back that I'll come back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why the car he in? He like, yeah, I'm in my car. I said, that car got a price on it. But I guess if you have a car dealership, you can drive whatever car on the lot as advertisement. But I mean, where your car at, bruh? I digress. Anyway, so, he calls his wife, like, hey, babe, what's up? How you been feeling? I'm doing good. Do you have any symptoms? He's like, no, I don't have any symptoms. I don't have any fever, no cough, no this, no that, no this, no that, no nothing, okay? I feel fine. What about people you've been around? Like, the people you've been around, do they have any? He's like, no, I've made sure to not be around anyone these past 3 weeks. It's just been me by myself in the trailer, okay? And he showed, like, he was showing how he was like, he wipe stuff down, have gloves on. He was really protecting himself for 3 weeks to get back to his wife. And she's like, oh, okay, I miss you. You know what? Come home, but I'm going to put a fresh pair of clothes in the garage and change out of the clothes you're in into these clean clothes here. And I'm like, well, that's smart. My mouth is so dry. That wasn't a package cough. That was on Thursday. My throat is dry cough. Anyway, so she put some clothes in the garage from the change into, and he gets home, and they both were happy to see one another, to be able to hug and just love. Just it was a good moment, okay, to see them both, just happy to be back around each other. I went to go see my mom yesterday when I left, because I had to go to the office yesterday for a couple hours, and I went and stopped by and see my mom or whatever, and was outside chit chatting, and I was just able, the fact that I was just able to hug my mom's arm. I didn't hug her, but I'm like, Mom, look, you put your arm out, and I just hugged and embraced her arm. You don't think, because I usually always hug and give my mom a kiss every time I see her and every time I leave, so not being able to do that, all this time, it takes a toll on you. So seeing them being happy to embrace was a great thing. So I'm like, I was happy just to, hug my mom's arm yesterday. Anyway, okay, so they, talking or whatever, what I'm saying, walk around the house, and, because she's 37 weeks pregnant, they call the hospital to be sure what the protocol would be when she goes in labor, because some hospitals were not allowing spouses in for stuff. I think, like I know here in Michigan, if a person was diagnosed with the package, you couldn't bring anyone with you to the hospital. But I do think if you were like pregnant, you can bring like the spouse or the daddy or whatever. So when they call to ask like, hey, so what's the rules or whatever, like, will a person in labor be able to have like the husband or people with them in labor? And the hospital said, well, each patient is allowed one person in the room with them. I'm saying, and that's the rule for right now. We don't think it's gonna change. So one person can't be there. So he's happy and she's happy too, to know at least they can be together when she has the baby. So I'm like, oh, that was so cute. Okay, and so that was it with Matt and Isla. It was real simple and whatnot. Emily and Sasha. Okay, now I watched their season. Okay, now they now live in Oregon. Okay, and he just looked like an asshole. Anyway, so they are in Oregon now, living and everything, and she brings up how last week she was sick. This week he's sick. Okay, he has a little fever, this and that or whatever. So because they called the little emergency, the urgent care number, and described his symptoms, they say he needs to come in and then we can test to see if he has the package. Okay, and then we see 1 week later. Okay, turns out he didn't have it. Okay, he was still sick, but it wasn't the package and everything. And I'm like, well, that's good thing. You don't want anybody to get the package, even if they're an asshole like Sasha. So we find out that Emily has been working from home. She's a breadwinner. Okay, she works in HR, so she's pretty busy because with HR they have to deal with layoffs and furloughs and who's full time, who ain't. What I'm saying, all those things that are going on since people have been closing down businesses and stuff. So he say he can't work because the gyms are closed because he's a gym trainer. That's all he does. Anyway, I'm like, I just don't like him. I still don't. They have their son. Their son had an adult head. I was like, that baby head is an adult. Anyway, she said she's happy to be able to work from home because she was able to see her son take his first steps. And had she been working, she would have missed that. Even though sometimes she don't have no privacy working from home because the baby wants to consistently play with her. I'm like, Sasha, do something, okay? You should be sure the baby is entertained elsewhere while mama is making the money, okay? But no, he can't do that. Anyway, they basically had the same fears as anyone else. Okay, what's going to go on? How long will it last? How bad will it get? What will we do? You know what I'm saying? We can't do this. We can't do that. We do see them walk around, what I'm saying? They little town or whatever. And you see the signs up, how the parks and stuff is closed. And she brings up how people are out and about, but not in crowd. Like people like out walking their dog. Or maybe just out getting some fresh air. But no one is like, having a big let's meet up in the middle moment and have a party like them fools we've been seeing. Girl, I seen them fools from, was it Ohio or Chicago, who had like 1,000 people in a house. I'm like, y'all are stupid. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? We then see that they're sending a care package to his family in Russia, okay? And I'm like, whoa, it was like, I seen like some salt, some peanut butter. Salt. It was pepper, some peanut, like it was like random food stuff or whatever that they were sending. But they spent more money on the shipping than they did. She said we spent like $110 on, was it $100 and some dollars on shipping fees for it, which was more expensive than what they sent. I'm like, you hustling backwards. Anyway, they then was talking about her weight as they did on the regular season, and she was sitting around like drinking some wine, eating some hot Cheetos or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And she said, she still, watching her weight and everything, and she said, oh, what if I, was up to like 220 pounds or whatever? Would you stay with me? He was like, I don't want to think about that. I don't know. I'm like, he's such an ass. So he then said, well, that's why I am still trying to control her weight to be sure that she doesn't get big. I said, this nigga right here. I said, she said, we have to work on your English. Meaning, he didn't mean to use the word control. Yes, he did. He know what the word control means. He is aware of what control means. He meant what he said, and he said what he meant. But I digress. Anyway, she like, it's fine. For some reason, she still likes him. And he hasn't left her yet. Probably because he can't. He can't afford to because the gyms are closed. But that is what it was with them two. Okay? With them two. Now, lastly, we have Alan and his wife, Curly. We're gonna call her Curly, because I don't know. I think he said Curly, but I don't remember. So I'm going to say Curly. So they were on season 1. So I have no idea about their story. Okay, because I did not see season 1. I need to look it up. I got time. I don't really. Anyway, so he was working out of town when all this happens. Curly was visiting her family in Brazil with their son, and things got bad, and then she's now stuck in Brazil, and he was still working out of town, because they live in, I think, did he say South Carolina or South Dakota? Either the Carolinas or the Dakotas, one or two. I can't remember too much. But again, he's like, I'm just worried because again, she's there and not with me. It's kind of weird, I'm scared that I may go months and months without seeing my wife and my son in person because again, they can't travel right now. So it's very, very sad. I'm not happy about that. Now we do see in Brazil, she's on lockdown as well, and her father was in an accident before, so he is not healthy. He's like mentally, he's not up to snuff on being able to make it if he was to get sick. I'll say that because he looked like a person who had maybe formerly had a stroke and was not all the way there, whatever, but it's fine. So again, her father's could get sick, her son could get sick, so she's worried, about things or whatever, because again, things are closed down in Brazil too. They have to also stay in the house and everything, so she only showed us like the street, and the street was completely empty. I'm like, oh, it's like deserted. I'm like, So she brings up how, I'm just not at peace because, I'm scared that my husband gets sick. I'm scared that I can get sick, my kid, my family, whatever. It's a whole bunch going on. But we see her outside with her son playing or whatever. But again, everyone is just worried. Now, when Alan gets home, by himself, okay, because he's there by himself, he brings up how when he opened up his luggage, he realized that somebody at the airport went through his luggage and took his plastic gloves, okay? He had a box of, plastic gloves or whatever, and someone took them. I said, oh, I would have been pissed. When I went to work yesterday, and the guy went to work just for a couple hours, I hadn't been there since maybe the first week of April, because I've been working from home since March 20th. And I went back to that was my second time going to my office to do some work since March 20th or whatever. But I had a full bottle. I had used some of it or whatever. I had like a full bottle of hand sanitizer on my desk. And when I went to work, I'm like, okay, I don't have to bring no bottle with me because I have a bottle on my desk to clean my hands with. I still have my gloves and my scarf, but I didn't bring, another bottle of sanitizer. Got to work, and somebody took my damn hand, these motherfuckers took my damn hair because I don't know who did it because it was a bottle on my desk and a bottle on Shannon's old desk. I know Shannon I work with. And they took both bottles. So I don't know if they did that because no one is really working in our office and they just took it to put it in one place. I'm not sure. But I'm like, who did it? Because my office is locked. So somebody had to have slid the window open, put their hand down there, and took it off my goddamn, you old thief and back. Anyway, it made me mad. So I can feel his frustration and, going to your bag and someone to stole your gloves. And I just ordered I ordered 4 boxes of disposable gloves off Amazon that I ordered them maybe 2 weeks ago and they just came this week. So yes, I get his frustration. Okay. Anyway, so he walking around the house doing random things. He working out. He spinning in chairs. He dancing. I don't know. It's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off type thing. Okay, but I'm like whatever. Anyway, and he just like I'll just be happy when my wife comes back because he was bored. But he also asked her to cut her trip short and tries to come back. She's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, what? Y'all gonna end this and not let me? Y'all ended this, and I'm like, is she coming back? Okay, is George getting out of prison? Like, did he die? Like, what's going on? I need some answers. I need the answer to George things and this thing. They need to answer me before the season goes off. Okay, now it's only 3 more episodes. So we shall see what else happens. Okay. Anyway, that was the whole show. The whole episode. Do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. To follow me on Instagram at J_Lees_Corner. Okay. And as always, subscribe to my channel. Okay. Now, until next time. Peace.
Whoa.